Okay, so I have the toes all rounded up and glued onto the foot. I forgot to explain the Y factor of this. The reason why we have the foam here is so that it can build up the toes. The reason why we have this foam here is so that when you walk with your shoes, your feet sometimes bend up. And so when you press down, you want it to come up a little. You don't want to glue it right onto the shoe, because if you do, then you won't get that flexibility. Something you might want to learn about these feet before you put all your fur on and stuff is to make sure that they're sturdy. Fursuits were meant to be roughhousing and running around in, like the feet, but to know that they're not going to break even if you're running makes a lot. So if you move them around, you want to make sure that they're really sturdy, because if they're not, then they're probably not sturdy enough to wear on your feet. Okay, so the next thing to do, I have them both done. This took me a day to do because I ran out of materials, so I had to buy some. So if things look different, then that's probably why. So your feet, your paws are on. The next thing you want to do is put duct tape all around them to give them their shape. My tongue is on the inside here. You want to give them their shape. And you don't want to tape the whole thing. Just probably like to here. Just get the whole foam taped. And I will tape that, and I'll get back to you when they're both taped. Okay, so the duct taping is done. And I just have to say that that is the most annoying thing I've ever done in my life, was putting on the duct tape. It looks very wrinkly right now, but that's not going to matter because, surprise, surprise, we're going over it with masking tape. Yes, because that's what we're going to use as our tracing template. As you can see, there is a little dip here in the foot. That's because I wanted to make the toes look a little bit bigger than they already are. It's still padded. It's all the way around. And then if you want just to, you know, give yourself a reference, let me see. My room is a mess. Let me see if I can find some kind of Sharpie or something. Oh well, you get my idea. Oh wait. I had one, like yesterday. It was in my hand. And I put it somewhere. Oh well, I'll use, like, oh my goodness. I really need to clean my room. Okay, I'll use this pathetic excuse for a pen. You might want to mark which foot is which. I should have just said that. This is my left. Yeah, that's beautiful. Just like mark it somewhere. You also want to make sure that it's on really tight, like no little extra pieces come off, because like here, this piece is like hanging up. You want to make sure it's pressed down, because when you put masking tape over it and you try to pull off the masking tape, it's gonna come off with it, and then you're gonna have to struggle with masking tape and duct tape. Make sure that there's like a crease in between the toe. Yeah, so my toes on this thing are right here. And if they don't look like they're symmetrical, and I don't, these toes are kind of inwards more, but that's okay, because when I put the fur on, it'll make them look like they're the same. And no one's really going to be looking at your feet. So, yeah, I'll put the masking tape on and show you how to do that. So I finished with the taping with the masking tape. And the source for this is because we're going to cut out each piece and take it off and use that as a furring template. You want to make sure that after you're done taping it, you want to mark what is where, like the different parts, like the toes, which foot is which way the fur is going and what color. This foot's going to be white, this foot's going to be black, that's why they're so different. You don't really want to tape the bottom because that's your like hard back. You're not really going to have any fur down here. And the reason why we didn't like tape up this part is because we didn't want, oh sorry, I started that sentence off wrong. You're going to free fur it, like just randomly. If taking off the tape is retarded for you, or like you hate it, you would want to, here, let me take this off. You want to glaze over the foot with hot glue, just so it sticks together. I did that with my mask, so that it pretty much like keeps them all together. Coat, hold on. Just lightly, not too much, and you don't like too much. And you're really just using the masking tape as like, I ran out of glue. Dang it. Okay. Let me add another stick with one hand. The glue isn't gonna be in the way. It's just gonna make it easier to, you know, put things away. So yeah, now when that dries, all the tape that have the glue attached to them, they're gonna be attached. It's not gonna get in the way. It won't mess up your tracing. It'll just keep them together, which is what you want. I also started furring the nose on this, so that's why the tape's off it. There's going to be a separate video for the furring because I don't have the fur yet, and this video was just on how to make them, not how to fur them. So stay tuned, and thank you for watching this tutorial.